Whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
To do a quick recap, you all, I think, realized after having successfully somehow rescuing Fleeb, Fleeb realized that he'd left his spellbook behind. Well, it had been taken from him and he had not taken it back into his possession. So you hatched a scheme to have Scramble disguise himself as one of the Yonti, I believe. Is that right?
That sounds about right, yeah.
And go through
Lead a
the
prison
other
mission, wasn't it?
entrance that Fleeb was taken through, and
With all of us in tow.
Yeah, as like pretend prisoners or something, and then use your entrance into the facility to hopefully gain the spell book, and then presumably something happens after that, like you escape or whatever other plans you have. And so far, you've only seen the place mostly empty, except for a bunch of human-looking zombie creatures standing in these concrete stalls that have a bunch of shelves under them. It looks kind of like a working craftsman area for something, but you don't really know what. And then you heard some slithering, writhing sort of noises from the northern corridor. And then you walked into this storeroom and then examined a few of the crates. And I'll give you a quick recap of the kind of stuff you found. You found a bunch of bolts of cloth, some bronze ingots, some salt and spices, rope, oil, lanterns, paper, blankets. And you also found the spellbook just in the moment before this enormous snake uncoiled itself from a dark corner and said, I think he said, "And who might you be?" And he was directing his question at Scramble, who is the Yonti amongst you. And that is where we rejoin the action. So the snake says that, and then he follows up with, "I haven't seen you before."
Yeah, yeah, I'm new here.
What language are they speaking in?
It's common.
Okay.
It's just got a lot of S's.
I was like, whoa, dude! Did you just talk? That's rad! Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
You should be used to it by now.
Do you say anything other than "I'm new here"? I just wondered if I cut you off mid-amazing speech, or if that was your sole effort.
Speech,
I cut him off and talked to the snake. I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Dude, you speak, that's rad! And I play a little tune.
I'm gonna still like bluff this out. Like, you should turn to Jax. Like, you should be used to that by now.
Okay, in that case, make a deception check.
Deception, one of my strongest skills. That's not true. It's okay.
Okay, with an 18, you see the creature tilts its head at you and says, well, that may be true, but what are you doing here in my lair?
We got lost, so we'll just be going now.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Be
I'm
safe.
back out slowly.
Big snake in a storeroom there.
Jax, not the time.
Fleeb
Not the
has
time.
already
Get out.
left.
Get out. Not the time.
I'm
Back away.
singing to him as I back away. Sweet fabric and really cool hair.
And you see the snake turns to you
-1 book.
as you're leaving Scramble. He turns to you, the snake, and says, "Are you going to eat those, or can I have one?"
I will answer. I'm assuming he's talking to me. And I'm just like, oh yeah, here, have one, and I give him a biscuit.
How dare
What sort of
you?
biscuit?
Yeah, these are. Don't ignore him. He's
It's a custard cream.
It's. Oh shit! Don't waste the good biscuits, dude.
Can I have one?
What are you saying,
Yeah, I
Scramble?
give Caesar a custard cream as well.
Important, ritual stuff. They're all involved in that, so kind of gotta keep them.
Okay.
I'm eating the biscuits to, get fattened up.
Make that was hilarious. Make a deception check with advantage because Caesar is claiming to fatten himself up for consumption.
It's me again, the deception.
Yes, it very much is. Oh, wow. With a 22, he said, you see this thing tilts its head again and says, well, I suppose I could put off a good meal today to have a better one tomorrow.
That's what makes you so great.
You know it. We've got a packet of
Can I-
bourbons in the
is
pack
this-
as well. So
Is this a Yanti that we're talking to?
It's a giant snake.
I know, but is it a Yanti?
Okay, you can make are you all walking out, or
I
is
hope
that what you're all
so.
doing?
Oh yeah, Philippe hasn't turned around since he heard the
Philippe's
voice. He's
left.
off.
Scramble, Caesar is making a comment. What about Jax? Is he in the process of leaving?
I'm like backing out, playing a little
Mm.
tune about the snake and its cool hair.
Make an no, not inside. Either insight or nature check to determine if this creature is Yonti snake or just big snake. Oh yeah, with a 20, you are confident that this is a snake, just a very big one, and it is most likely. The only conclusion you can come to is that it's been awoken.
Okay. So it's just a normal. I'm gonna whisper to everyone else. I'm like, guys, I think this is just a normal snake.
You do realise that most normal snakes don't just speak common.
Yeah, but you're the wizard. You know how to make a normal snake a
I'm like-
person.
Ushering them out the door like,
Can I
leave,
do an arcane
leave,
check?
leave first, discuss later, leave
And
first.
I'm like,
yeah,
guys,
you
we
can.
Guys, it's just a normal snake. We can just get this guy. We can
Leave
just put him in a bag.
first.
Wait, did Fleep get his book?
Yeah,
I
I did,
believe
yeah.
he did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
32.
Okay, with a 22, what are you trying to determine, Fleep?
Is there a way in which you can make a normal snake really fucking big and make it speak common?
You would know that this creature was not made big by arcane magic, but he or she was given the ability to have consciousness and the ability to talk by magic.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. So the snake says, okay then, I'll be seeing you soon.
Yep, see you soon.
that way.
Back the way we came, and like, since everyone seems more interested in the snake than interested in leaving.
Okay.
Now here's a question: does the spell magic remove awaken?
You can
It
make
would just
an
turn it from
arcana
a
check.
conscious snake into just a
normal
big snake.
Just a big giant
Look,
snake
that's-
we now can't talk to.
Look, that snake was kind of an asshole, and if they have a big snake doing something important that they've given intelligence, if we could take that away, it would be a hilarious prank.
I don't think he was being an asshole though. I reckon he was just being a normal big snake.
Yeah, a normal
Well, no,
snake
that's
wanting to
standard
eat
big
other
snake
intelligent
behavior.
creatures.
But
Yeah.
that was the thing that Sam was saying, was that magic didn't give him sentience, it gave him the ability to talk.
No, it gave him the ability to be intelligent enough to have self-awareness
see.
and
Right,
to
okay.
talk, but his actual physical attributes of size were just his organic attributes.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. Awakening is just like turning an animal into a character. A player character, kind of.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Cool. So what do you guys do now?
I think we
Leave?
creep.
I just
up.
want to. So, did the snake just recede back into the darkness, or did it leave the room?
It receded back into the darkness,
Okay.
and from whence it came, and you're not entirely sure where it is now.
Oh, I wanted to get some more of that fabric.
This fabric, what?
It was really nice fabric.
I wanted to get some fabric.
Yeah, and that's a
You
really
do have an
big
unseen
snake.
servant.
Oh yeah, because no one's gonna see the fabric just walk itself out of the room.
I don't think.
Just make it like, just make the unseen servant wear it like a ghost.
Just
Alright.
this name pops out. And who are you?
all right. Let's try it. Let's see if the snake notices.
Oh, that wasn't actually a serious
To be
suggestion.
fair, actually, yeah. The way
Sorry?
snakes actually sense makes it hard for them to sense just like objects, right?
Dude, we don't need this right now.
I don't know how much you know about how snakes'
Yeah,
senses
that's
work,
fair.
but you can make a nature check if you want.
Yeah, might as well, because if I can get some, that was really good fabric.
But
Okay.
I don't know anything about
In the
it.
meanwhile, the
size
rest
of
of
the
the party
snake.
has snuck the other way around the door.
Did you see the size of the goddamn snake?
Yeah, but dude, it's just a normal snake with like people brains.
I like how over the last few months that Scramble has gone from, yeah, fuck it, it's a dragon, I'll nick a few coppers to, have you seen the size of that snake?
Yeah, but that was a dragon we were leaving from, and I was trying to sneak a couple on the side. You know, not going to get the riches, but might get a couple. This is like,
But he's
I
trying
think
to
we've
sneak
forgotten
the
where we
fabric on
are.
the side.
There's much more. There's many more.
I've learned my lesson.
snakes.
Yeah, but we were stealing before, whereas this is just reparations now.
With a
Right.
9 nature check, Jax, you're not entirely sure how they sense. It might be a combination of sight and taste and vibrations. It's just kind of a muddle.
Yeah, snakes see like people see.
Cool. So
Okay.
you're in a corridor. You hear the distant sounds of like slithering and writhing and a sort of liquidy sound, and the place smells kind of humid, toxic aromas surround you.
Are
So
those me?
the noise was the noises coming from up this way.
Yeah, the northern corridor. Yes.
Okay, should we go this way? See if there's anything.
Are we not escaping? Are we not?
I
Yeah.
do want to save those other people
So-
trapped here.
There were... Yes. There was a, Yes. There were other people here that will just become more Yonti, and we still... I think we still need those cubes that they have.
Hey, yeah, that was.
Are we in a position to go into the base further in terms of like?
Well, if we think
spells and-
currently we've just long rested.
but is Fleeb spells the ones that we want to take into this, or
Yes. My main problem was that none of my spells enable me to escape quietly because all of my spells are prepped for dealing damage.
and they still are prepped for dealing
Yes,
damage.
because they're
Right,
the only
cool,
ones I
yes.
had logged in memory.
But so if at the moment, all the places we thought there were going to be people, there were no people, and all the noise is up here. So if we try and sneak around and avoid there, maybe we'll
Yeah.
get to somewhere.
Okay. I kind of look back to Scramble. Do you perhaps want to take point? You're a bit better at looking round corners without being seen than I am.
Hey, that's
Isn't
my,
Vorvex invisible?
that's my special. Oh yeah, Orvex is invisible. I've got a note of that.
Oh,
now.
yeah. Where is Orvex?
Oh
I think
yeah,
he's under
that's-
one of us.
Did he
that's
get trapped by the
right,
snake?
There's just
by
some
accident.
slurping sounds in the
Yeah,
corner.
He was so
Fleeb,
invisible. he
you
was-
ate Orvex.
Oh yeah, Orvex is still invisible. Let me make a note of that.
Yeah, he's got a little
Ninja
while. on it.
symbol, classic.
Mm.
Cool. So you're at a corridor.
What, you wanna try
So,
and get those cubes
so
and save those people.
the room behind that door over there, as I point across the crossroads,
Mhm.
has a pit full of snakes in it.
All right.
And
So the
then,
other way it is.
and
Oh yeah, that was
then-
it. The reveal. Sorry to interrupt you. Just to give context, the areas on the map that are revealed, you've either walked through just now, or this is like Fleeb's residual memory of the area.
Yeah.
Which to be fair, is fair. It's the route I took.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's, and then in the room, I suppose it's next to where we saw those things. There was like a shrine room. No, not a shrine room. Like a body part workshop.
Okay, can you gesture to me what you're talking about? Which room?
It's this one here.
Oh, okay.
The one where I went through and there was a load of blood and people.
Yeah,
like
you
people
put-
were stringed up here and
You can make
sorcerers and wizards here.
make a perception or insight. Well, no, there's technically you remember. Give me a history check. That'll be fun because you're remembering this.
Boom, history. Good at remembering shit. Bam.
Okay, yeah. With a 16, you don't get the sense that a workshop was taking place. You get the sense that it was more like the Snake People Day Spa, where you roll around in blood and people serve you cucumber water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. You know, Fleeb didn't get that impression the first time he looked in, but then there was probably the blood and everything. So
Fleeb's just like, let's go to the spa.
So-
like, Flea, what the fuck?
down there, don't if we go there, don't judge me. But I think that's their recreation room.
Let's just go the other way then.
Yeah, okay. I kind of
If they're
step to one
recreation
side
room,
to
they're
allow
not gonna be
Scramble
on
to
guard.
sneak past me, and I'll then
Alright.
follow
Okay.
him down.
All right, Ulvex, you taking point again? Checking those corners out.
He said, "Okay, am I going left?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You see him skulk around. He's gonna make.
Don't see him skulk around.
Well, yeah, you don't. You presume he's there. You trust. Oh,
We hear like
That's
the
strange.
subtle
Scuffling.
breathing go away into the distance.
Stealth. Okay, he rolls an 11. So you see him like cough a little bit and say, I mean, I'll be quiet. And then he's going to look around the corner and then he is going to, where's his sheet again? Here it is. He's going to make a perception check. Okay. He's got a pretty good passive perception. So he comes back to you and says, okay, it's hey guys, over here. And he gestures to you were looking at the wall or something. It's a really wide, really long room. There's a door on the left about 25 feet up, and there's these pillars everywhere, just pillars. And the weirdest thing, there's like all these relief patterns on the walls of snake people worshipping things and killing people. It's kind of grim.
But
Okay,
no
but are there
snakes in there.
Yeah, is anyone there?
I saw a couple at the far end of the hall, but it's quite a way away.
Well, I sort of look at my fingers. Well, one of them can be put in somewhere else temporarily.
How many did you see?
Well, I saw one and a smaller one that didn't
Two.
look, yeah, but it wasn't a snake person. It just looked like a snake.
Well, it could just be a snake.
Okay, so you get up behind them, right? Are we gonna jump these guys?
Why?
Are we gonna?
If we don't need to.
Maybe we can just walk past them. Okay.
Okay, so
I mean, we don't necessarily need to. Well, maybe we can go. If there's a door to the left, are they on the left or the right?
Well, they're on the right. The whole corridor goes only to the right. There's just
Oh,
nothing
I thought you said there was a door
important.
on the left.
There's a door on the left after you turn right and head up the passage.
Right. Okay.
Why don't you go out to the corner and have a look and you can see?
because then we can reveal the map a bit.
You know what? If they're far enough away, I will do that. Since I am disguised and also a sneaky boy, I will poke my head around the corner.
Okay, cool. I will show you that you see.
You see Scrammle's head appear, and then Jex is a bit lower.
I push you back around the corner like you're not disguised.
Cool. That's what you see.
Oh, Wally.
Yeah, beyond the sort of pillared hallway is a giant statue of a coiled snake that you can see the back of, but along the pillared, wide hallway is just tons of tableaus and carvings on the walls of a giant serpent coiled beneath the ground, eating people who are sleeping, and also the dreams above their head that they were dreaming, and many other things that you can't see from this angle.
Are we going this way then?
Hang on 1 second. What? Ulvex, does whatever the people, the gods and things, there a snake one? It must be, right?
Oh, you mean for... Oh, that's interesting. Yes, I believe there is. I think so. Why? Do you suspect we're in a temple now?
Well, yeah, I saw some weird. When I came into Rescue Fleet, I saw some weird religious rituals going on, and I'm trying to work out what the hell is going on here.
What did you see? Because
Well, it was about 4 weeks ago, so it's a difficult memory. How long was it? It was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
oh, I see. All right, out of game time. Understood.
yeah. It was just
So-
entering an altar sort of place with people praying, I guess.
Well,
What, snakes praying? However, I think that's
So-
what they were doing.
Yuan-Ti are created, not made, not born. Were they trying to do part of the conversion process? I kind of like. There's a chance that the poor saps we passed earlier are people that are in transition
Mm.
to a snakier life.
Oh no. I don't think that's what was going on back there.
So, is there anything on the left, or is it just a light there?
What?
Like,
You mean here?
yeah.
Yeah, it's the end of a corridor with a little light, like a stone glowing.
Okay. I just sort of like it's a nice long corridor, and it's like I'm just sort of like visually anticipating some sort of large relief around that edge. It's like the end of whatever
you mean
story
the artwork?
is along this wall.
Sorry,
'Cause, like,
I thought you
comes
wanted to
some
know
end.
whether there was more like corridor. Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
what
okay,
you
yeah.
see at that end is you see a space beneath ground level, presumably underground or the underworld or something, and it has a doorway on one side of the relief. And through the doorway, an enormous serpent is just slithering through. And then in the next panel, it eats the sun, and the world is dark and filled with chaos.
Oh man.
Olex
Delicious.
or me?
Sorry,
History
what did you say?
for snake gods.
Well, do you do this yourself, or do you ask Orvex to do it?
Orvex is better on history of this place, so I'm gonna ask him.
Let's get him to do it. Orvex says, "Okay, that's more depressing than I'm used to. Let me have a think of it." And he's gonna make a.
I was about to say Choltian mythology isn't exactly positive in its nature.
Okay, with a 12, he says, this reminds me a little bit of when you all rescued me, and there was those symbols carved on the wall of a snake curled around itself. It has the same artistic style as that. I would say this isn't one of the ancient Chultian cultures. It's newer. It seems to have come on top of all the ancient Chultian temples that we've been in so far.
Okay, right. Anyway, good to know. We're in a Choltian place that's been taken over. Makes sense.
If it's a newer temple, it's useful to know that there probably isn't anything significant for our journey in here.
It's probably already been dealt with.
Well, I mean, this isn't one of the puzzle cubes we're looking for. They're not going to be doing anything with them here. This is just a storage facility. So
yes.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we have found a place where there was nine or eight.
9.
But spaces where our cubes fitted.
Yes.
Okay. So a small amount of cut to the chase here. Are we going to avoid the party room? If we're going to avoid the party room, then we either go through here or we go across into Snake Pit Island.
Oh, right. Where are we trying to get to? We're trying to find where.
We're trying to find where, I have no memory of how I got from here to where I was held prisoner. At the moment, we're looking for anything that you recognize.
Okay, yep, fair enough.
Wouldn't
So far,
we,
nothing.
Wouldn't we recognize? I guess the reason why it hasn't been unfog-of-ward, wouldn't we recognize the big gate that Triceratops came through?
I assume there's a door or something, or we can't see around the statue or something.
Yeah.
No, you have seen this area. You're talking about the gates.
Oh,
right?
can we see that from here?
No, well, no, because the statue's in the way. But what I mean is that's why this area is unfog of ward, because you can.
Yeah, he's talking in character. We don't know they link up.
Yeah, you were there,
Yeah,
but you don't necessarily know how they connect, or you can't see it from this current location.
Yeah. So.
What would you suggest, Fleeb? Party
Guys,
room or snake room?
So, I actually think if we're going to end up having a fight, there were some sleeping quarters over to the right, over beyond the snake pit.
Over to the right. Okay, let's go to the right.
I think if we, went and, extended some sleeps,
Yeah, I'm with you.
that might be what we need to do.
Now's not the time for a rest.
You know,
It's a metaphor.
What he's saying is that we should go in and turn off their alarm clock.
Yeah,
that'll do.
that's a more subtle metaphor. But
I sneak up to this. Phoebe does his best shuffle up to this corner,
Mm-hmm. You do so.
and I flip over to the other side,
You do a little floop. Okay. Yeah, you make it across.
and
Okay.
I gently push on this door.
I crouch, I look around the corner, and I combat roll over.
Nice. Okay.
You're
You
in full plate, aren't you?
No, I'm in half plate.
Oh.
Okay. Well, because
There's a 1.5 difference.
I'll say everybody make a stealth check. I mean, Orvex has already done it, and you're in the same area, but the rest of you make a stealth check.
Yeah, legit.
Nice.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I think Orvex succeeded. Yeah. So that's 3 successes and 2 failures. Okay, so basically,
there is a clang and a huge fart, but otherwise.
No. It's like, yeah, it's all good. It's all
yeah.
good.
So it's like a bit of a clang muffled by you actually clang into Caesar, whose voluptuous body absorbs the sound waves of your armor. Cool.
Voluptuous.
I get engulfed.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So,
Oh shit! Caesar was a gelatinous cube the whole time.
so basically, you go into this room as Fleeb remembers. It's a rickety wooden walkway that threads around the walls of a deep pit. A foul odor wafts up from below, and somewhere beneath, thousands of snakes are writhing around.
Are these snakes good guys or bad guys?
Well,
Listen, should we just fill this with acid?
normally, yes, but I don't know where you're going to get the acid from.
You're a wizard, isn't that what you do?
Yes, but
Can't you just drop acid?
I can fill it with daggers. I say, holding 2 daggers up.
I think leave it for the moment.
Yeah, more specifically, I can fill it with 2 daggers.
Well, I think you'll just lose 2 daggers.
Yeah.
As long as we're up here and they're down there, we're good.
Okay, so this is the spa, bunny ears, spa room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I point over there, that way I think is the sleeping quarters.
Spa, bunny ears, spa.
And you point over to the east. Yeah.
Yeah. I flip over to the other side.
Okay. Are
This
you
door.
not? You're not looking into these places, right? You're just trying to slip past them as quickly as you can.
Well, I think that I want to get to this door first because if someone's going to poke in there and enter there, I want to be able to block off anyone that's coming this way.
Okay. Cool.
I want someone needs to be over here before we try and look into here.
Sorry, when you're saying here and here, what are you referring to?
Sorry. I want someone to be able to look into here before someone looks into here to see what's in here. Because if we end up having a fight in here, we need to be able to block off here.
Okay, got it. Cool. So you give those directions in complex hand signals to the rest of the group.
Yeah, it was. I learned it all from Jet, right?
Exactly.
Does he want to have a spa?
No, dude, he said we've got to block off that corridor before we go down into this room in case a fight breaks out.
He's using classic Jex hand signals.
That makes way too much sense for Fleeb.
I like to think that the only reason why Jex knew that is because he still has his helmet on.
No, I actually lifted the eyepiece up when he started making the hand signals to see. Signal is my specialty.
Nice. So you've made it across Fleeb. Who else is going where?
Well, is the plan to kill the sleeping people in the far room first?
What do we see? Well,
We don't know what's in these rooms. I'm confused.
am I
I thought there was
sensing
a sleeping
intelligence in
plan
this room?
with Fleeb.
You do sense, what's the range? 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
10, 20. Yeah, you sense... does it tell you how many? You actually hear...
I
you
think
hear,
I sense each mind, but
Yeah, you hear 4 different voices in your head saying...
And a fuckload of snakes in the pit below.
Well, I think it has to be an intelligence of 4 or
if
more.
they're all awake, it's just a pit of spare awakened snakes.
So what you hear, Jax, is 4 voices in your head saying things like, "Wait, I need to wait. They told us to wait. Okay, I'll be here. I need some food." And it just sounds like people, just stressed, weak-sounding people.
Okay, but not... Is there... I'm just gonna... But they're a bit distracted.
Yeah, they sound like they're focused on a task of waiting and standing.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna peek my eyes around the corner.
Okay. What you see is this.
Okay, so they're like...
You see 4 humanoids standing holding towels that are covered in dried blood, and they're swaying on their feet, seemingly unable or unwilling to move from where they are.
And they're a little bit like those zombies, but not? Or are they nothing like them?
No, they're not quite the same. These look like browbeaten humans, whereas the zombies look like zombies.
Okay. I'm gonna just do the closest one. I'm gonna try and probe its mind a little bit.
Okay.
Get a little bit further. So let me just find the spell.
Oh, goodness gracious. So it
I know
needs
there's a lot of text.
wisdom saving throw, right?
Wisdom saving throw, yeah.
Okay. And against your DC or the helmet's DC?
DC 13.
13. Okay, wisdom saving throw. Here we go. With an 11, it fails. So are you
Okay.
probing for something specific, or you just want general information?
Well, at the moment, I'm just getting deeper into its mind. So rather than the surface thoughts, I get insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind.
Okay. What you hear is, every time I hear that gong, I wonder if I'm going to be there, if I'm going to be next. They're eating right now. I can hear it. Or maybe I can just hear it in my mind. That's what you hear.
So this seemed like someone who wants to do the eating rather than wants to not be eaten.
Well, you roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. With a 12, it sounds more afraid than that. You get the sense that they are concerned they're going to be eaten.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper that to the guys near me, then.
Okay.
I'll be like, guys, these guys are worried about being eaten. Should we let them go?
What, the snakes?
We should maybe let them go. What?
Well, which guys? The snakes?
No, there's some weird people in this room.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe if you tell
What,
them
like
that they
people
can leave
people
out
or
the
like
back.
snake people?
Yeah, like people.
Like people. What do they look like?
I
Let
don't
me get
Are
a
they
look at
just
these guys.
Maybe because you're a snake person, they seem to be following orders, so maybe they're like suggested or something.
Can I
Maybe if
squeeze
you
around and have a peek at these
tell them
people?
they can go, they might believe you.
Yeah, you can walk past Scramble, and do you show yourself inside this room, or do you just look
No,
in?
I just want to poke. Yeah, again, like peek around the corner just to see if I recognize them from when I had a look down the cages.
Oh, no, these ones don't appear to be the ones that you saw in the prison pits.
Okay,
The
I say we
incredibly
come back for them.
loud sound of slimy scales on slimy scales friction noise fills this room.
I say we come back for them. Do what we gotta do first.
Well, what if we don't come out the same way? Why not just tell them to wait near the back? Then if they are discovered, they're a distraction.
But what if their distraction alerts the fact that people are here? You know, they don't. So if they're just standing here waiting, they don't seem particularly strong-willed.
That doesn't mean we just leave them here, though.
That's
We
what
wanna
I'm saying.
have to
We
come
come
back?
back for them.
Well, why not just get them to go?
We don't want to
Everyone
jeopardize
seems
our own
busy
security.
here.
If they get caught and they're like, "Oh, the dude said it was fine for us to leave," they'll be like, "What dude? Ah, shit, intruders."
Well, these guys aren't like with it that much. Just tell them not to tell anyone.
You do
Look,
what you
these
gotta do,
these guys are really dumb. They'll listen to you.
dude. So why don't you tell them?
I don't look like a snake, dude.
Why does
They're
that
gonna
matter?
have to walk past. As far as
Isn't
we're
that
aware,
worse?
they're gonna have to walk past us anyway.
These guys are obeying the snake dudes.
But why?
Caesar,
I mean, we were obeying the snake dudes for a while, weren't we?
That's a good point.
I look over to Fleeb. What's up?
come on, you and me.
Let's go. These guys can. Oh, we're going in there.
Yes.
Okay, you walk in and you see them sort of stand up straighter and try not to look at you.
Okay. What else in the room do I see?
Oh, you also see these kind of rows of sort of writhing indentations. You see the end of the room, and you see a door roughly on the eastern side.
Writhing indentations.
Well, you presume because Fleeb's seen them doing it, so therefore these are the indentations that they were doing it in, but these ones are empty.
I sort of move in front of them. Are their faces still down?
They're sort of looking ahead, but not really looking at you, just sort of looking through you.
Okay.
Hey, Fleeb, is there anything off about these guys other than the fact they... ignoring
Yeah,
us?
go on, arcane check. Look at them in the eye, arcane check.
Okay.
I would have expected them to attack us by now.
With the 25, you get the sense that they are not enchanted in any way.
They're not enchanted, possibly just incredibly terrified. I kind of like call to the others, it's fine, come in.
Okay. I'm a snake.
Actually, oh no, it's a snake. I forgot about that bit.
The one that you see, they turn towards Scramble as he comes in and just bow.
It's okay. You don't need to do that.
Okay,
What
they
is through?
stand up
No,
again.
they do need to do it. What is through that door? And I point to the door.
One of them, the one you're standing in front of, eventually acknowledges you and says, and then
It's okay. You can answer his questions.
Oh yeah, he looks towards Scramble, then he looks back and says, that's the sauna. Yaru is in there at the moment.
Yaru.
How many?
Who is Yaru? That as well.
I'm not supposed to say, but
He's telling you to do it.
He's shedding at the moment.
Just is it just Yaru?
No, he has his bodyguards with him.
How many?
2.
Thank you.
He's motionless.
So we let him go?
A step towards, okay. I think we tell these guys to go.
1 second. Jax, are you trying to look down that corridor?
I'm just keeping my eye around it and listening to the conversation going on the other side.
Cool.
Just in case someone comes.
Okay. So, we've got 1 sumo, 1 wizard, a backup bard, and a rogue. And another rogue.
Jax, make a perception check.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Didn't you say something about a sleeping quarters, Fleeb?
15.
Yeah.
Jax, you hear breathing, like heavy breathing, sounding like maybe 2 sources of breathing overlapping, and the occasional like slithering noise.
The sleeping quarters are. I
Not
point.
moving or anything.
I point towards Jax. The sleeping quarters are that way.
The noises don't
this.
appear to be getting closer. They just appear to be coming from the eastern
I sort
corridor.
of. I kind of go. Scrum. Do you want to go with Jax and deal with the extended sleep time? Me and Caesar will look at this door for a while, and then if anyone comes out of it, they're going to. Well.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. We start as quietly as we can.
Okay. We now go into the solo part where Jax and Scramble have a bit of an adventure, and then Caesar and
what are we doing about
Fleeb
these?
have a bit of an adventure.
Should we leave it? Do you want me to tell these guys to go now, or no? We'll deal with the sleep time, and then we'll deal with these guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna head back out to Jax then.
Okay, so it's you. And where do you tell Orvex to go? You hear a voice of no one say, "Where are we going?"
If we're knocking out sleep people, we want as many rogues as possible. Sneak attack, auto crit.
No, we don't want him to do that because then he'll stop being invisible. Orvex, it's probably best if, honestly, because no one can see you right now, if you could just, like, stay here and give us a heads up, like, knock 3 times in rapid succession if someone turns up and you don't want to yell.
Okay, I'll stay here and find something to knock on.
There's plenty of wood around.
Well, I mean the ground, yeah. He says, oh yeah, the ground. Cool, so
Cheers, dude.
let's handle Jackson Scrammle's thing quickly. Do you want to
Extended
go
sleep time.
in that corridor?
Yeah, go on, Scramble, you go first.
I will.
I kind of like look at Caesar. Caesar, do you want to go with them?
No.
Cool.
Do you want to stay here?
To be honest.
Okay, cool.
So just Scrammle's going in? Is that what's happening?
Scramble, yes.
But that's what I'm asking. Is Jack staying where he is, or is
Well, do you
Scramble
want me
going
to
in,
do
or
it
both?
because you're not very stealthy, so do you want me to just do what I can as quietly as possible?
No, I'll just keep my head around the corner. I'll just keep an eye on it.
Cool. Scramble,
Okay.
give me a stealth check as you walk into the room.
Yeah.
Oh, just then? Wow, 25. Yeah, you feel incredibly stealthy as you walk in the room, I presume.
Yes.
And show me where your
probably
icon will be.
sleepy snake. Probably, I'll step into the room so I can see as much of it as possible.
Okay, so I'll say these little sleeping alcoves are quite low, so you can see over them, and you notice 2 bays are occupied with the snakes that are like partly snaky and partly human in various different parts and combinations.
Okay.
And you also notice a door on the far end, the eastern end. Let me see if I can reveal it for you.
Okay. I'll turn back to Jex briefly, point out that there's 2 of them, you know, point in rough directions that there are. Signal there's just 2. And then
I flip down the mind sense eye again so I can read his not very excessive hand gestures.
fair enough. All right.
Not excessive enough.
Then you get an image of the room, basically, in
Yeah.
my head. If you're using the mind boy. Okay. I'm going to deal with the one closer first. I'm going to head up here.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping snake. And as quietly as I can. Slit his throat, I guess.
Okay, go for it. Give me attack with advantage first. And do you need to take a certain like feat to get an auto critical? Or it's unconscious, so technically it would be anyway.
Yeah. As long as he hits, but you get advantage and like there's a maybe yeah.
I assume you're using a dagger or
I
something.
still have to roll attack, don't I?
Yeah, twice. Well, once according to the thing.
I mean, I've got a rapier. I assume if that's appropriate, I'll use that. But if it needs to be like a short sword or something, I got that as well.
Anything that you would attack with.
Normally, it's this.
Okay. Yeah, with an 18 you hit, so roll damage and it's a critical hit, and obviously a sneak attack because you're hidden.
So that rolls twice, and does sneak roll twice as well?
Yeah, it does.
That much damage.
But you will take off. You will take off.
Take off.
Your dex. Your dex has been added twice.
Oh right, because it's not registered as a crit. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my dex is. So I take off 5 from that then.
Okay.
Okay.
You take your rapier and you stab it in the neck, and it immediately wakes up and starts bleeding and choking on the blood coming out of its neck. So that was a surprise. You can attack it again.
I will if it's not dead.
It is not.
It's still prone though.
Oh, does that mean I still have advantage? If it's prone or not?
If it's prone. Yeah.
On advantage on a prone creature, I assume. Although that's
if you're
more
within
hidden.
5 feet, yeah.
If you're within 5 feet on a prone, or is that the critical thing? No, that's the advantage thing. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Go for it.
So I get advantage on this attack still.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a critical hit. But you can still.
Yeah, I assume it's not a crit until unless I roll that 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Not quite.
So 25, so that hits. Roll damage.
Okay, so that's that, and since I had advantage, it's also that. Another 20
That's
damage.
56 in total.
Nice. Yeah, this is one of those situations where I'm gonna play that because in real life or game life, this situation would be a murder in anyone's language.
Slit of the throat.
Yeah, you've got close enough where this guy dies. You can describe how much, because I don't think 5e really has a mechanic for this. So how How do you want him to die?
Quickly and quietly is the answer. I
Okay.
just slash across his throat, and if I have to hold over his mouth just to as he wakes up and just to stop any gurgles.
Yeah, so the distant sounds of blood splashing and scales writhing upon concrete mingle with the sounds of actual blood actually pooling in front of you.
Okay,
And
and then when
he
he
dies.
stops wriggling and he's dead, I go over to the other one and do it again.
Nice. So roll with advantage on this quiet murder fest. I feel like you're in the same room. The same stealth check applies.
Sure. That's still advantage.
Oh, natural 20.
That's
Useless,
actually a crit
but
this
go
time.
for it anyway.
Ah, damn. Well, okay, so
Okay, so it's done it for you.
okay, that's done that for me. I have to roll sneak attack manually twice.
Nice. Okay, so he wakes up and starts drowning in blood. Attack him again. Oh, that's a
Basic
20. That
20.
hits. Roll again.
And I've still got that.
Yeah, so
It's quite a lot of damage.
you hit, you did
70.
tons of damage. These things just die instantly in their bed.
Cool. I walk back to Jex and be like, job's done.
Sort of wipe your bloodied hands on.
Now
No,
this
his
guy's
hands
self,
aren't
you
even
can't even
bloody.
see it.
Let's cut
Hands aren't
over.
even bloody. He can just slit the throats and let go.
Professional, bro.
Let's cut over to Caesar and Phlebe. The sort of attendants are standing there still staring at the empty, writhing divots. What would you like to do?
I think we're waiting for them to get back. What do you think, Caesar?
I'm just gonna. Flea, what do you think these holes in the floor are? They're covered in blood and they look a bit weird.
I'll ask. What happens here?
The one that spoke to you before says, rolling on the ground. I think it's good for scales maintenance.
I see. Sorry, who are you?
I'm not allowed to say.
Well, I'm not allowed to be here, so there's a lot of breaking the rules going on.
You see his eyes go wide, and he says, "Make a persuasion check."
Oopsie.
Flea, be honest.
Okay. With a 12, he looks at you and he says, "My name is Chloe."
It's lovely to meet you, Chloe. Hopefully by the end of this, I won't be like you, and you'll be free.
And you see his eyes sort of go wide again, and then his eyes sort of shuffle from left to right, like he's thinking wildly in his head. I say his eyes because nothing else about him is moving.
Do you know who any of the other people are? I sort of point to the kind of your friends.
We're not allowed to talk to each other. I don't know who they are.
Okay, fair enough. Caesar, do you want to go and talk to number 2?
Who's number 2? This one.
You can pick any of them because I'm totally so far we know one of them is called number 2 now because I've labelled them.
No, we should continue
Pick
talking
your
to Chloe.
next
At least
most
they're actually answering our questions. I've got a question for you, Chloe.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Be so kind.
So,
How long have you been waiting here, Chloe? Outside this room.
I've been waiting here, I think 10, 15 minutes.
All right, and
I point my other finger at the other door. After having both fingers pointed at the door in front of me, I go, maybe I need another finger.
You hear knocking on the wooden floorboards coming from outside. And Jax and Scramble, you hear Orvex's signal that he hears someone approaching.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and just scuttle back here and peek an eye out.
Okay.
Flipping your token.
What do you do, Scramble?
I probably follow suit for now. I'm gonna see how it plays out.
Okay, so you
I'm
go
more
over there.
confident about keeping my eye around the corner though.
I step into here.
Mm.
Guess I follow suit, but in a different
Caesar
one.
does the same thing.
Okay. So, tell me what you're intending to do.
Okay, so if he's knocked, then I'm anticipating a enemy coming around the corner. So I will be. Yeah, I will lightning bolt the first thing that comes around that corner.
Okay. Okay, so you see this.
Actually, no. I'll banish the first. I'll blight the first thing that comes around that corner. There is
Okay.
no fucks being given here.
Okay, so that's definitely a surprise as you see two Yonti pure bloods come through the door and look very surprised to see you in their writhing divots. Now you can roll your blight.
So I've chosen blight, but they're in line. I could have gone lightning bolt. Oh well, blight it is.
What does blight do again?
Why
It
didn't
does 32 damage of necrotic damage.
why didn't you do lightning bolt?
Oh,
Nice. Okay, so it needs
so
to make
total
a
Constitution
Constitution
saving
save
throw,
throw.
or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, yeah, it definitely takes all that damage. So is there any other effects other than being very damaged?
This person know that if a target comes to plegal trance, if the target is magical, no. Effectively, if it's a plant, I do double damage, but it isn't a plant, so
Cool. You see
they
immediately
quite dehydrated.
immediately the color and life drains from this creature almost entirely, and it looks like it's been in a hot tub for 48 hours. It just looks like a wreck. Caesar, would you like to do something?
Following Fleave's immediate attack, and I thought we were going to hide, I might as well just go up to it and smack it.
Okay.
To be fair, it was. I think it was as we were spotted. I think that I attacked.
I'm not even sure we were spotted.
Well,
He was sure he was gonna be spotted.
Yeah. Because you were so uncertain about what spell you were going to cast.
I just was like, I was fuddling around with my component pouch.
Okay, well, I'm just
Like,
going to
do
make
you
a
want-
normal unarmed strike.
Okay, go for it. With a 10, you unfortunately miss as your punch goes wide, probably trying to hit the bulk of this physical body where it used to be, whereas now it's like a raisin, so it's much thinner.
Yeah, well, let's make another attack. How embarrassing.
Oh,
There we go.
perfect.
Better.
Nice. Okay, so you connect, doing 3 bludgeoning damage, and this thing looks more on death's door than before. You've just sort of
Cool.
punched, and you see a
Let's
bunch of dead
continue.
skin cells float into the air.
Follow up with an uppercut.
Nice. Ooh, yeah. Basically, it's as close as it can be without being dead.
And then the final flurry of blows, hopefully slamming it against the wall opposite.
That looks good.
19, yeah. With a 19, that's exactly what happens. You punch this creature
punch
so
four
hard
times.
that
What
it just
fuck?
shatters against the far wall into dust.
if in doubt, just keep slamming.
Okay, so at this point, we need to roll initiative because I need to decide how quickly this creature is going to react.
Do we hear punching as well? Should we
You've-
roll?
You
Oh, that's
very
really
much would hear this scuffle.
All right, let's get some initiative in.
Wow, nat 1.
Oh no.
That one as
Oh
well.
dear.
I wish I had rolled the nat one.
Oh, we all done badly on this one.
Okay, so
It's fine, it's gonna run away to the sleeping chambers for help.
Hopefully. Because at the moment, I'm more worried about the fucker that's shedding his skin.
okay, as
We've all
this
been there.
It's,
Whatever the hell that
important not to
means.
have bodyguards, apparently.
Yeah.
So this means... So she is going to run this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So she
Oh my
uses
God.
her action to dash. You get to do an attack of opportunity, Caesar. Sorry, I saw that. Yep, you do significant damage to her as she leaves, but
You
she's
don't
got...
have any grab
Look,
stuff
d-
on
d-
attacks, do you, Dan?
Do I get to, because that was a successful unarmed strike, can I spend key now outside of combat to...
I don't
No.
believe so. I
turn
think
it
it's on your
into-
turn.
But did you have like the grappler perk or a wrestler perk or something that gave
No,
you?
I took them
Okay.
away.
I didn't know if those did opportunity attacks. So.
Yeah, when I hit with a flurry of blows, but I can't start that.
Cool. So,
I can-
you also hear.
Oh no, I do still have Tavern Brawl Grappler. Sorry.
Okay.
Can I actually send that?
Fighting, you gain increase, proficient.
When you,
on
it's the
your-
bit at
on
the
your
bottom. When you
turn.
hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon on your turn. On your turn.
Yeah,
There you go.
so it wouldn't apply in
Okay.
this situation, but it's a
Sure.
cool thing to have.
Okay.
You also hear, just as she, like a couple of seconds later, you hear a gong distantly where there used to be writhing, and now you just hear bong, bong, bong. And
Bleep, that sounds like a warning bell.
Yep.
Not a gong.
Let's all
Yeah.
run into this room and bar it behind us and threaten this guy.
Well, you
it
don't-
is Professor Fleeb's turn. You, Jax, haven't been able to convey that to anyone
yeah.
yet.
Well, what do I do? That alarm bell implies that these guys are going to wake up in here, so I do actually kick. Fleeb feebly tries to kick down the door, and then immediately lightning bolt the first thing he sees.
Okay, are you trying to kick it down or are you trying to open it?
I am going to open it, but I feel thematically kicking it down. Like
Okay,
I would
cool.
like to reach up the
Handle,
doorknob,
turn it.
twist it, and then proceed to kick the door.
Got it.
Opens
Okay.
the door a little bit and then kicks it.
It's like, okay, sweet. So inside
Oh,
you
that's
see
a good lightning bolt.
two very burly looking humans, and one Yonti in the process of shedding his skin that looks quite disgusting. So roll your lightning bolt, or I just need to make dex saves, don't I?
Each creature must make a dexterity save. Yes, it does. Yes, you
Okay.
do.
So the first one saves.
Oh dear. But he takes half damage then.
The one behind doesn't.
Well, they're going to take a lovely grand fucking roll.
8.
Flat roll. 8d6. Bam.
Okay. So
31.
this one
Actually,
takes-
pretty much the same as my blight, except it hits 2 people. What the fuck?
15 or 31.
So this one takes 31, and the other one takes 15. Okay, as this lightning bolt comes out of your hands, and you notice that the lightning bolt catches alight some of the dense fumes in here, because it looks like a stone in the center of the room is like a volcanic stone, and it's heating up a very noxious aroma emanating from somewhere, and your lightning bolt lights on fire some of these flammable gases for a moment.
Whoops.
Ooh.
Is that the end of your turn?
Back up.
Can I step back?
Yeah, totally.
How far can I step back?
Well, you've only used 5 feet of movement, or 10 feet of
Oh,
movement, so
move.
you've got 20 more
Back
feet.
into my hole.
Okay, sweet. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay,
Paul
Scramble.
re-enters his hole.
Scrammle's turn.
Am I really next even within that one? Bloody hell. Assuming that I can hear this combat noise, I will run towards it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a nat too, so you have one more than me.
Right. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can use my cunning action to dash, can't I? I can. That's one of the things. Brilliant. 'Cause that means I can still attack afterwards, potentially. And how far out. So I don't. Getting to this point, I don't see anything yet. Okay.
Not at the moment, no.
Is Fleeb actually by the door?
No, he's in the alcove.
How did he open the door and zap in?
He opened the door,
Because I went there.
and then stepped back.
Oh, okay, sure, no worries.
Oh, you should have closed the door as you backed up again. Open the door, zap, close
Sorry.
the door.
I'm going to now receive a dagger to the face.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I could be. I guess I could be here with my dash.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is the door open?
It's ajar at this point, I would say.
It's ajar.
Having been kicked in, hitting the concrete wall, and then bouncing back.
Okay, no, I won't worry about it. I'll just be here, ready to attack anything that exits that door.
Okay, so you're holding a readied action to attack it.
Oh yes, yeah, ready actions, of course. Yes, please.
Cool. Jax's turn.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, sorry. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna stand in the doorway with my shield. Be like, hi.
Okay, cool. You holding any kind of actions?
No, that was dash.
How did you
Okay.
get that?
Oh, well.
Wow.
I'll inspire Scramble. Actually, Caesar's about to go. I'll inspire Caesar. Is Caesar about to go? Caesar, are you about to go?
Orvex then
After
Caesar.
Orvex. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Caesar's likely to get in the mix, so yeah.
Cool.
Have some inspiration.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's going to go here next to Fleeb.
Sorry.
And you hear, Fleeb, you hear the voice of Orvex beside you saying, "What's going on?"
So there's a Yuan-Ti in there who so far has been electrocuted. By the looks of it, is now going to be beaten the snot out of by a tiny bard.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get my crossbow out and hope for the best. Okay, good. And he's going to hold an attack for anything that comes out of that door. And now it is Caesar's turn.
I guess we're going in. When I get to the threshold of this door, is it quite obvious that there's gas in this room, or is it already a light?
Yeah, it's like a haze. It doesn't look so much like gas as like really foggy, humid, like a steam room.
Okay.
But obviously
guess
not
I just-
steam, something green instead.
Yeah. Is it when I breathe in? Is it harmful or?
No, it doesn't feel harmful. It just feels kind of stinky.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'll scrunch my nose as I attack this human bodyguard.
It appears to be a human bodyguard, yes.
Yeah. A bit strange, but okay.
Cool.
All in, please. Yeah.
Okay, you attack and he just grabs your fist and blocks it.
Oh wow.
She.
Try again.
Oh, with a critical hit. Oh, each of them have shields as well.
The first hit was a decoy. Just saying.
Oh yeah. So you hit convincingly, dealing.
Add my inspiration. You get to roll it twice.
Do I?
Yeah, it's dice
What's
on
that
the
damage?
attack.
Cool. So what was that? 1d8.
I
Or
think
2d8?
you can add it to the attack. Let me double check that.
Dice on the attack.
Add it to weapon damage. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, add 2d8.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's another 10 damage as this guy sort of almost doubles over from getting the wind knocked out of him.
Cool. Then some hero blows. I hope hit.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits for another 3 damage as this time you glance off one of his muscular shoulders, but still hit.
Yep, and hopefully when I've got hold of one of his muscular shoulders, I'm going to try and... which one should I do? I'm going to push him back, actually. Is there an altar or something in the middle? Some sort of steam, like sauna steamer?
It's like a hot stone.
Yeah, I want to try and push him onto it, so hopefully it will burn him. So I'm going to use open hand technique to hopefully push him 15 feet back. And I think that's a dex saving throw of 15.
Okay. Oh, he fails. So he gets pushed back onto the stone. And I will say that does... that does 1d6 heat damage. So roll 1d6. Okay, so he takes a further 2 heat damage because it's like... It's not lava, but it is still pretty hot.
Yep.
Okay,
He's
cool.
laughing it.
And then I get another flurry of blows whilst he's
Ba 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 ba. He's loving it.
sitting on that. That one.
Okay, a 9 misses, unfortunately, as he's now lying against the stone and you punch over the top now that he's half as high as he was before. Do you have another attack?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. Next up is the Yuan-Ti that ran away. So you see a series of Yuan-Ti appear. Well, you see only one of them, but you hear a number of footsteps that must indicate that there's more of them. And you get the sense that they used their action to get there. And you hear them talking to each other outside of the door in snake language. Just sounds like tss, tss, tss. And that is their turn. And then next up, you hear some other snakes. Now, which one did I assign them to? Okay, you hear some more footsteps, but you don't see any new faces out the corner of the window because your view is actually quite limited. But you hear movement, and the gong has subsided now, but it's been replaced with lots of slithering and some footsteps and this weird cacophony of both. Then the gladiator, I think you pushed him away or you knocked him prone?
I pushed him.
Yeah, I think he'd be prone anyway because he's on that thing. So he has to use half his movement to get up. And then you hear him silently attack you.
Weird. Doesn't even have a hit sound. Someone messed up the game code.
That's how intense it is.
What weapon has he got? Has he got swords and stuff?
He has.
You can't hear.
He has a spear and a
Yeah, doesn't mean I
shield.
can't see.
He has a spear and a shield. So
Okay.
he is going to try to spear you. And he hits you for 11 piercing damage as the spearhead goes into your shoulder.
All right.
And then he is going to hit you again. And hits for another 11 piercing damage as he stabs the other shoulder.
Flipping heck.
And then he's going to attack you again. And I don't think 14 hits you.
It doesn't know.
Okay.
Next
And
thing
he
is nice.
misses with the third strike. He's got a very sort of practiced look to all these strikes. Think of the Unsullied from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Cool.
This guy can attack one time fewer than me. Oh my god.
The other guy
What a
is
nerd.
going to try to come up beside his fallen comrade. Actually, no. He's going to push through on the other side, defending this snake that's halfway through, its shedding ritual. And he is going to try and spear you. And 17 hits, right?
Yeah.
For 8 piercing damage. And then
Okay.
does a 15 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, 15 misses. And then a 16?
Yeah, that's bang on the nose. Does it hit?
Yeah, that hits if it's on the nose. For 9 piercing damage. So this guy doesn't seem as skilled as the first one and proceeds to stab you with slightly less finesse.
I mean, they're doing a good job.
Cool, that's the end of their turn. It is now...
They took 2/3 of my health away, guys.
It is now Philippe's turn.
Bagger. Actually, no, hang on. How much damage have you taken?
49.
49?
No, 39, sorry.
39. Okay, cool. Well, put that down to 17.
39. 7. 22
Yeah.
extra health?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
My arcane ward has absorbed all of it.
I was going to ask whether you had that up. I thought you would have said, but yeah. Is that
It all
always
happened
up?
so
You don't
quickly.
you don't have to cast that.
I do, but because I have to learn mage armor's in my litany, so whenever I cast it every single morning, I get all of the points.
Oh,
He has the first batch of points.
Yeah.
And then, in making the shield is the biggest chunk of hit points. And then when he casts spells, it can recover some of its hit points.
Yeah, if it's an alteration spell.
So who was next? It was Fleeb, right?
Mm-hmm. What to do, what to do.
you hear from the room, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of spears piercing flesh many times.
Also, it smells bad in here.
Oh no,
And
not
it's
the
not-
smell!
And it's not me this time.
Not the smell.
That's a bluff.
Got him. Time to perfectly let one rip.
I prepare a scorching ray for anyone that comes through the door up the top,
Okay.
but I'm aiming at the wooden slats, not at who comes through.
Okay, sweet.
Oh,
Actually, is that helpful to me? That just blocks us in.
yeah, it does.
Are you changing your mind?
Scorching ray all the way, I think. Yep, I
Okay.
just have to scorch whoever comes through.
Okay, that is Scrammle's turn.
Oh man, I'm still disguised. I'm wondering how I can leverage this. I'm not sure it's worth it.
I've
Tell
come
them
to
to
I've come to
friends.
deal with this guy. Oops, I slipped and stabbed you in the eye.
It might cause them a moment of confusion, but like that's the most I can hope for. Alright, yeah, I'll step into this room. if you don't mind. Excuse me, Jax.
You can just step over me.
I step over Jax. Don't mind me, and stab this dude that I can reach.
Okay,
Assuming I can reach
go
him.
for it. Yeah, you can.
I can use green flame blade, don't I? Because I've got people nearby. I will use my green flame blade in that case.
Green flame blade.
My green flame blade, which is just an
Oh,
attack.
natural 20.
Baby!
Oh, big crit, baby!
Whoa! And thankfully, Caesar's within 5 feet of him. So guess what that means?
Who's within 5
Well,
feet? Sorry.
I die.
Yeah.
Huh? No, it
No,
means I
sorry.
get
Yeah.
a sneak attack.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Oh.
It means Scramble
Alright.
stabbed Caesar!
I don't know if the fire crits or not. I
It
don't know
does.
how that works. It
Yeah,
does.
it does.
Fucking
Yeah.
Ace.
So that's
Based on you hitting.
28 plus 8.
So I should have specified that the fire damage is going to go to the dude next to him. I'm not going to risk bouncing it backwards across just the dude directly on his right.
Okay.
Oh, not the other gladiator. Right.
Nah, based on what I can see, I'm just going to
Okay.
do what I can do. But like, I mean,
23.
Gladiator 1 is taking, 20, 38,
61.
a shit ton of damage, and the other dude's taking 8, so I wouldn't worry.
Okay, the gladiator in front of you looks incredibly injured as he takes a rapier to the
61.
clavicle area, and the one beside him, midway through shedding, looks incredibly put
My
out,
good clavicle!
incredibly put out by the mild scorching. And you see him like look haughtily towards you.
I've come to help.
Okay, that's going to be your ruse in a second. Okay, sweet. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, basically. I can step out of Jax's way if you want to get near Jax, but that's about it.
No, I can get through you. I can get through anyone.
I mean, like, I can just step out anyway. Oh, no, I'll stay here. Yeah, no, okay, sure. If you can get through, I'll just stay here. Yeah, I'm
not
good.
even going in. I've got another plan.
Cool. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Jax's turn.
Okay, so which is the one of these guys that's like a little more reactive? The one that Flea was talking to?
The one up to your left, so northwest.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn. So he's like looking at us and actually watching. I heard his brains.
Looking. What do you mean? Looking at you and watching?
I heard his brains. Like he's aware of what's going. I'm just gonna ask him, like, dude, if I give you the power, do you want to fight for your life?
I mean, listen. I appreciate.
Hell yeah, you do.
There's a better.
Okay,
There's a better
first I'm
way.
gonna-
There's a better way. There's too many to fight. I've always thought about it, but I never thought I would have the opportunity.
Yeah, well, here you do. Shh. I inspire him. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna pop into this little hole,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna look at him. I'm just gonna ready an action for when one of these snake people is about to walk past him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast a spell on him. I'm gonna ready polymorph.
Okay. Okay.
And I
Cool.
was like, "You got this, dude." I just fill his brain with the helmet with like images of like biting a triceratops and at the neck and slamming it to the floor.
Okay. He hears those images in his head or sees them, and he says, there's a path that we can do that might give us a better chance. Are you sure you want to turn me into what?"
All right, dude, say it quickly because you're about to.
It's through the sleeping quarters. I mean, I've seen some of the more important ones take that passage. I don't know what's down there, but they seem to go outside of this area.
Okay, well, let's just clear up these guys first because they're in our way.
All right. And is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Next is
So yeah, I've given him a bardic just to like.
cool. I'll indicate
Just
it with
to
this
make him
pink
brave.
dot. Sweet. Next up, Caesar and Scramble. You see the guy halfway through shedding his skin. What does he do? How do I describe it?
Is he already a snake?
Well, he's a like Yonti, like he's not becoming one. He's just one that's shedding.
Right, okay.
Yeah. He says, okay, listen. This isn't going very well. What? Let me go and I can help you. He's talking to Caesar and Scramble both. Do any of you respond?
Let you go.
Yes.
Help us how? What do you think we want?
He turns to you and he says, Rasnisi, the leader of this place, he's being eaten away by a disease. There's no cure.
How does that help us?
Well, he's weak. You can overthrow him.
Or you want to overthrow him?
Well, I mean, based on what you're all doing in here, it seems like you do as well.
Yeah.
See, the mistake you just made was telling us the information before us agreed.
Well, I know.
I'm gonna play both sides.
I give Scrabble like my hands behind, like under, like behind me, and you should give me a high five.
That high five. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the snake just turns to you and is like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna play both sides."
I know a lot more than that, but obviously we need to help each other get out of here. My gladiators can keep hitting you, or we can make a deal.
I mean, I'm all open for deals. How about you, Scramble? Because I'm bleeding from multiple places again. These guys' spears, and I'm like, I tell the gladiators, yeah, you're really good with those. They made quite the impression on my.
How do we
The
know
gladiators
we
that you
can trust you?
speak to remain like expressionless. So what do you
Okay.
guys respond?
How do we know we can trust you?
He says,
You can't.
I want to live, and I mean, I'm halfway through this whole shedding thing. I'd really love to have the time to finish it.
I mean, he's being quite candid. I mean, maybe this is all right.
Make an
Let's say to
insight
Caesar.
check. Both of you can.
Oh, okay, sure. Insight 6.
Okay. You.
He seems
Okay.
super legit, dude.
Caesar, you get the sense that he knows more stuff that is relatively valuable. You get the sense that knowing stuff is sort of his main thing. You get the sense that he's afraid. He's kind of a bit of a tricksy character, but that seems less so in this moment of him being scared.
Am I? Have I heard the Yaunty purebloods coming?
Yeah, I think all of you would have heard the rickety, like, wooden...
I'm all open for making deals at the mo.
Yeah, if he gets his gladiators to join this fight.
Yeah.
All right, dude. You're on.
Okay, let me go out there and speak to them. I heard the gong. I can try and get them to stop what they're doing.
Sure.
Okay.
But your guards stay here.
Okay, so he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. And he is going to...
Can I... Hang on. Do
Yeah.
we want to go with him?
Well,
Something we can do? I don't know if it was sticking to combat time.
It's not your turn
Okay.
yet, but so we'll see what happens.
Okay, if we're okay, that's fine. If we're sticking to combat time, that's fine.
You hear a bunch of hissing in snake language, and then you hear the sound... Sorry?
Orvex give me a translation in my ear if he knows Yaunty.
Let me have a look.
I don't think.
I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't. He says, "Sorry, it just
There's
sounds
of
kind
them.
of painful to me." And then you hear the strangest sound, or the most unexpected of sounds. You hear a bunch of Yonti leaving the rickety the rickety snake pit area. And you see this guy with half of his skin dangling down around his waist say, "Ah, there. Listen, I told you it would work.
What did you tell him out of interest?
I told them that you're all my meals that I'm preparing for later on."
I sort of look around and go, yeah, okay, fair enough, that works.
Actually,
I didn't
that's,
mind-
that's,
and I
that's
look-
the most sensible thing you've said all day.
I look at the pile of snake meat that's been like splattered all over here. I was like, oh, so they didn't mind about that one, huh?
Oh yeah, the corpse. He says, "Yeah, listen. If someone is weak enough in our culture to be killed, they weren't worthy of being one of us in the first place."
That's hilarious.
What?
Okay, I can show you a way out of here. Come with me. So are you going to actually go with him, or should we go out of combat, or do you intend to keep hitting things?
I am happy to go with him, but I am going to take the hand of the person we've spoken to.
The
Okay.
inspired one.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
I'm
says,
still confused as to what our objective here is. We want things that they have.
Let's
right?
have a
We
chat
don't
with
just
Yeah,
this
that's
guy
actually the
first.
point. We actually do
Yeah.
need to get stuff, don't we? Yeah.
cool. So you take the hand and he leads you into the sleeping area. If everyone that is going, well, everyone can just move their icons in that direction, so
Yeah.
it helps.
I'm just gonna lean, fall back, hold back just a tiny bit with a scramble. I'll just be like,
Oh,
so,
sure.
you planning to double cross this guy?
I don't know. I'm gonna see what he does and then
Are we-
decide that.
Are we gonna go tell Rasputin about
I
this?
can't remember what he said either.
Hell's Rasputin.
I
He
haven't-
talked about. He mentioned Rasputin, the guy who's sick.
Like, I haven't decided what the plan here is yet, but I figure we hear him out and then decide whether we're gonna double cross him.
Okay.
I'm playing both sides.
Okay, so his gladiators come up to join him, and he leads you down here, and he says, "Listen, this is a much better way. You can go speak to Rasnisi or kill him, overthrow him, do whatever you want. He's what makes this whole place work." Cool. Do you continue to walk over there?
We says, oh, sounds good.
How we recognize Rasnisi?
Well, he's the one with his skin sort of rotting off of him.
Oh.
And we've got this guy coming with us, right?
Why has
Are the,
nobody else
Sorry,
tried
that's
to
right.
overthrow
are the,
us?
are the others wanting to come with us?
Sorry, so one at a
Well-
time.
We'll take the others with us if they want to come. We'll just be
Okay.
like, you guys coming?
You see one of them comes and the other two look too scared. So they go over there, and you
Why-
guys, I assume, are going over here.
If
Yeah.
they're staying behind, I'll be like, dudes, it's fine to stay behind, but like the whole entrance back there is empty. So if you guys want to leg it, now's the time.
Okay.
And then I leave.
A couple of them, well, the last two think about it. And cool. So he opens the door, and what you see is an underground river widens to form this flooded grotto area. To the west, you see, on the western bank, you see a pebble-strewn bank, and it rises to the door that you just walked through. Near the middle of the lake, bones cling like a tide to the rocky pillar.
Bones.
Yeah, like some fish bones, some presumably bigger creature bones. You can't really tell from this distance.
Hang on, we've had problems with bones before.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, look,
this guy's
mosquito
so easy-
bones.
If this is so easy to do, why hasn't anybody else bothered overthrowing this dude yet?
He says, "Well, I mean, there are many factions within this organization. Some of us want him overthrown. Some of us are looked after well by him. It's a constant war. Whoever can get the upper hand will try to overthrow him, or to try to overthrow the ones that are overthrowing him. It's very complicated."
Alright, did anybody, like, I stopped understanding. Does anybody sounded like politics to me.
And as we go out here, I'm just like, hey, Scramble, look, mosquito bones.
Dude, wait, what was my line? I can't remember what I thought about.
You thought they were mosquitoes back before.
Didn't I think something else?
Are you telling me that as like a lie in character? Or are you
No, I'm trying to
covering it?
remember what actually happened.
No, they were
out of
dwarf
character.
bones, and you said they were mosquito bones.
Did I?
You insisted they were mosquitoes.
Okay.
I told you they weren't, so you tried to push me in the lake with piranhas. I didn't get pushed in, so I flipped you into the lake with piranhas because you tried to kill me with piranhas.
I
And so
remember that
flipped you
sequence.
in.
I remember
I
the
flipped you
piranha
in without
sequence.
realizing they were full of piranhas.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the piranha sequence. I just don't remember the bones bit.
Yeah, it was the dwarf bones in the entrance to the dragon place.
Okay.
And
I
you
thought
said
I
they
was
were
like-
mosquito bones.
Yeah. Okay. I think I was just annoyed at the fact that you were razzing me for it.
Yeah. Well, you were trying to insist that you were right.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so now that we're in the flooded water grotto, can everyone tell me the marching order? I've just arranged you as I guessed that you were, but what is the actual order you would like to be in?
I guess I'll go first because I'm
Okay.
the snaky one. I still look snaky.
That's true. And
As far
then
as I can tell, the sky self does not go away until it does.
who wants to go in the middle?
Doesn't it have a duration?
Yeah, it has like an hour duration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's in the
I'll
middle?
go
and
next.
Okay, you'll go next, and then Caesar with Jex,
Yeah.
and
I
then
think Caesar and
Orvex.
Scramble were talking to each other.
Fleeb, do you want to be at the back?
Yeah, that's work for me.
Okay, you can go at the back with Orvex down
Facing
there.
back to be stabbed.
Cool. Just as you're venturing off with this guy leading you into this, what seems like shallow water, you notice a bell by the side of the bank that you just entered, and you see him stoop over and gently ting the bell and sort of look as though he's going to keep walking. But then an enormous creature
Sorry,
rises
before-
up out of the water.
I
And
was going to say, before we got into it, I wanted to give Caesar a heal. But no, he wasn't hit that bad. Never mind. It's cool.
an
We got a big
enormous
snake for it.
creature comes out with many heads and starts immediately biting you. Everybody hold off on rolling initiative, and you can start rolling initiative now.
I see.
I think that he just rang the dinner bell.
Oh, freaking funny. Descending order. First to react is Jex. As this enormous, multi-headed creature rises up out of the water, what do you do?
Okay. There's a couple of options here. I'm gonna back up here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna do the spell, and I'm gonna turn this guy into a T-Rex.
Sweet.
The commoner.
Yeah, the commoner is now a T-Rex.
Okay, so I think I can actually get that icon. Hold on. Yeah, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's just plop that in here to add to the fun.
Oh, God, come on, man.
And he's got inspiration as well.
He's having the best day, I think.
And I think I'll Scrammle's right next to all the stuff, so I'll use my last inspiration on Scramble. I'll be like, it's time for Jex to be the best and make our friend a T-Rex. Scrammle's like, shit, that song was awesome, dude.
I've never been more inspired. Okay, hold on.
I'm trying
Wow.
to. I'm not sure if I'm the right. No, I don't have to use the inspiration straight away, do I? That's fine.
Yeah. No. He lasts for 10 minutes, and the T-Rex has inspiration still as well.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. That the end of your turn?
Yeah.
You see this
I'll
commoner.
attack myself just so I'm not getting hit.
Cool.
Just so
Are you trying to
doesn't
hide?
stop being a T-Rex. No, I'm just like not being in direct line of attack.
Okay, sweet. Next up is Caesar Chameleon.
Yeah. So, Caesar doesn't know what a Hydra is or what to do. How big is it? Is it as big as this T-Rex? Is it like filling up the room?
It's about the same size as the T-Rex. Yeah.
And has it got that many heads? Or
I would say it has 5 heads.
it honestly does not matter in the slightest how many heads it has. The only thing I can think of is to jump on it, but I don't want to.
Jump.
I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to jump on the T-Rex.
Okay.
He's gonna ride the T-Rex.
I'm gonna go back on. I'm an old hand at navigating the T-Rex's.
You are, yeah. Well versed.
Yeah, well versed. I think what I'm gonna do is hopefully jump onto this T-Rex and get like on a vantage point on its like neck behind its head, and basically hold a defensive stance. Hopefully helping to defend the T-Rex against any attacks that the Hydra does against it, because I'm betting on the T-Rex is going to be have more of a chance against this Hydra than I would.
Okay.
I'm just basically going to try and help this T-Rex.
So you're going to hold an attack for if the Hydra gets close enough to the T-Rex that you could like punch it.
Or punch away any of its
Can
attack.
he give like the Hydra disadvantage through an action or something?
Oh yeah, if you're helping the T-Rex, I'll say that gives the Hydra disadvantage on attacking the T-Rex. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Basically
Sweet.
punching away its heads or wherever it used to attack. Yep. Well,
Cool.
I assume I just got onto the back of that.
Yeah, I'll just
T-Rex.
put you like there. Yeah, or yeah, that's good. So next up is Fleeb. What would Fleeb like to do?
I'm seeing a Hydra for the first time. I've been informed that there's undead around. Does this look like an undead Hydra?
You can make what would this be?
At a glance, is it like?
Yeah,
rotting?
I need to know at a glance because my well, like,
No, it doesn't look undead from a glance. No.
fine, okay. Well, I'm casting blight then.
Nice. Okay, so it's gonna make a Constitution save. It makes 13. It misses. So wow, 47 necrotic damage. As you see these veins of black just trace their way towards the center of
One
its
head
body.
just flops off.
Yeah, actually, that's true. It does lose one of its heads, so now it only has 4 heads.
Ugh.
Like a Klingon.
So yeah, one head goes black and just falls into the water, splashing Scramble and this snake guy.
It's like
You see the snake guy says, hey, listen, I wasn't lying. I thought that was the bell to get the boat. There's a boat.
How badly are you gonna stab him?
I'm waiting for my turn.
Okay, so
Actually,
that's,
I should have done that, shouldn't I? It doesn't matter. It would defeat the purpose of getting a T-Rex, wouldn't it?
Oh, pop and get.
Yeah, I could have tried to banish the Hydra and then we just beat the snot out of this fuck.
Yeah,
So keep that one up your sleeve. We don't need to spend 2 4th level spell slots yet.
Well, I've already spent 2 4th level spell slots, so I'm out.
Fair enough.
That'll do. The 47 damage is good damage. I'll stick with it.
okay,
It is
sweet. So next up
insane damage.
is the Hydra. So the Hydra is going to... goodness me. It is going to firstly attack... Okay, everybody... Okay, so Scrammel and Fleeb and Caesar, please roll a d20 for me.
Just a flat D20.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
There's a little drop down.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'll say
Nice.
because yeah, based on its situation. Oh, and then I'll roll one for the T-Rex. Okay, yeah. So basically, it feels the loss of one of its heads quite keenly, and then storms its way over to I'll say. And you were probably exploring the caves. Yeah. So basically, it's going to attack the T-Rex in the hopes of getting to you. So the T-Rex is here. The T-Rex's armor class is there. Okay. So it's going to try to bite. Oh, yeah. It succeeds. So it's going to... Does that one succeed?
I
Yes.
can track its hit points for you if you want.
No one's generous enough to do the math.
39 damage. Okay, so as the 4 heads bite into this T-Rex in quick succession, you see chunks of T-Rex flesh go flying as the Hydra doesn't seem to want to eat it, just bite it. Well, actually, no, it had disadvantage on those attacks. So that means only the first one, so then that
Two
one
of
doesn't hit.
them missed.
Then that one doesn't hit.
Take 17 instead.
Yeah, so what was one of those attacks? That was...
Oh yeah, the Caesar maneuver.
So let's give it back.
Lest we forget.
This much. Okay, so Caesar basically tries to get up in its grill and distract it a few times as it tries to go in for the bite.
Oh, this
And
Hydra's got a grill. Nice.
that is the end of the Hydra's turn. Now it is Scrammle's turn.
I don't remember what this snake's called, but I'm just like, fool me once, and I stab him. It's like my blade lights up green. I stab this dude who dinged the bell. I'm not even giving a shit about the Hydra. I'm killing the shit out of this dude before he can call in more reinforcements.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
shit.
With a
That's not
10, you miss horribly.
I'm so mad.
With anger. Is there anything else you would like to do? As he says, listen, it's really up. He points north up this river. That's where Rosnisi is. It's the only easy way to get into his throne room. I didn't realize this was the bell. And you can roll an insight check.
Nat 20.
Yeah. With a nat 20, you know that you're pretty confident he's telling the truth that Rosnisi's throne room is up north through that river and it's the only easy way to get in there. probably because he's been considering this coup for a long time. But you do get the sense he's bending the truth a little bit about the bell and what it does and doesn't do and what he was and wasn't intending with it.
What a dumb
No
guy.
way.
He could have had us on his team.
Yeah, we could have done a coup for him.
This is
Cool.
why he's not the boss.
So is that the end of your turn, Scrummel?
Yeah, I don't think I got much to do with my cunning action. What can I do? Dash, disengage, or hide? I've got enough health that I'm not worried about that. No, I'm good. Thank
Okay. Next up is the T-Rex. So
I'm like on the sideline, yelling it, go, get them both, get them, T-Rex, yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna try to bite the Hydra, and does it
Hell
succeed?
yeah.
It succeeds. Oh wow. Okay, so it's not grappled, but it does take 31 piercing damage.
And if it wants to push its way through to the other side, it can make a tail attack against the snake arsehole as well.
That's true. So I'll say this guy, because he's a let's say that happens. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, actually, I don't think he can.
He can stand there and get him with reach.
Really? Because it's 5,
He's got
10,
10-foot
15.
tail reach, yeah. Sorry, one space to the left.
Oh, just here,
If
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good enough. Okay, so he's going to try and tail that guy, because it'll be funny. That way.
Yeehaw!
And with a 14, I don't think he hits, but let's check.
Let me look for a Malison.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that does hit. All right, so that does 17 bludgeoning damage, and you see the guy go, oh, as a lot of his, blood goes everywhere. Nice. Okay, this is one of the most technically complex fights. There's like summoned creatures on separate sheets, 4 different kinds of Yonti.
If you want, I could track all the T-Rex stuff for you, so you don't have to keep
No,
switching to it.
I got it. It's good practice for me. I'm just saying it's like it's so
There's a lot
weird
going on.
how like
Yeah.
unhelpfully they're named.
Oh,
Sweet.
sure.
So Orvex is going to, where the hell did I put him? Oh, he's here. All right, Orvex is gonna try to. Oh wow, he's in a. Actually, no, he was. Was he there? Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'll say.
He's still invisible, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's still invisible. So he's
So he
gonna
can get
try and,
sneak attack.
He's gonna walk over there, but he's gonna make a stealth check with advantage because, in order to avoid an attack of opportunity, he has to not be heard by this thing. So
Oh, a note about the character sheets.
Mhm.
I don't know if you did you tell me this? If you shift double click an icon, it opens its sheet.
Yeah, I did tell you that, and I
Okay,
just realized that I could do that, and it sort of like pops it up in my
Yeah.
list of no less than like 12 character sheets. Okay, so he is sufficiently stealthy to go over there, and he whispers behind Scramble and says, "All right, I got this. Watch this." And he's gonna try to make a hand crossbow attack. Oh, he nails it. Okay, so that's gonna be. And I think, he would get advantage anyway because he's from hidden. So that's 2d6.
Yeah, absolutely. would get advantage.
So yeah, he doesn't do too bad. That's 11 piercing damage as a bolt takes this Hydra like in the eye of one of its eyes. Nice. And Orvex says, yeah.
And he becomes visible again as he makes that attack.
Yeah, exactly. But he's behind you now, so he's like, okay, we got this. I mean, you got this mainly.
I mean, you did something, and that's important.
Now this guy that just rang the bell is gonna try and run. So he is gonna go 5, 10, and he's gonna try and go through the T-Rex's legs. So that's gonna be.
Do I get an
5.
opportunity
You do.
attack?
You very much do. Just let me move
So
him
does
first.
Orvex.
5, 10, 15, 20.
I need to read the
25,
details on my
30.
sneak attack real fast.
It doesn't. Sneak attack's on your turn.
Okay, cool. That's exactly what I was about to check. So fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
It just says once per turn. It doesn't.
Cool. So it is your turn to make an attack of opportunity.
Yes. I can't cantrip on that. Can
Alright,
I?
let me check.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. Do I get sneak attack or not? 'Cause I think it just says
Okay,
once
wait, let
per
me-
turn. On the thing on what I've written anyway.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, I would interpret that as once per your turn, like because in no other situation is the word turn used. You say things like round or at the beginning of your turn or at the end of your turn. So
No, I think because normally it would say it recharges on your turn, right?
no, I don't remember seeing that language typically. Recharging on your turn.
Well, it would say you can only use this once per your turn if it limits it to that.
I mean, if I'd done a sneak attack on my turn, then I would have used up my once per turn go. But
No, because it's a different. Like the wording of 5e is a turn is not around in any way. This is another turn to your turn.
This step is when it provides.
Wouldn't that have affected the me spending my key to knock out the person who rang the gong?
No, because your key say on your turn when you hit.
What's
Whereas
the difference?
Eddie says once per turn, yours says on your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it does seem like it can happen twice if the conditions of sneak attack are met. So, what are the conditions of sneak attack? That someone needs to be engaged and all that sort of thing?
Either have advantage or someone be within 5 feet of the thing I've attacked.
So Orvex is next.
So Orvex
is still
is
within 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Currently within
Let's do it.
Sure. So I do 21 damage
Nice.
rather than just 8.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Orvex can make an attack. Where's Orvex's attack?
Where did he go, by the way? Is he under the T-Rex?
He went. No, I'm gonna do them all, but I'm just moving him and then doing
Sure,
it.
no worries.
So that's gonna be a short-set attack. Oh, natural 20. So that's a 6, and then he's gonna do roll 2d6. That's a lot. That's 24 plus 6 is 30 damage. Wow, this guy's looking rough. And then the T-Rex is going to attack. Where's the T-Rex?
Yeah, Dan, it's, most of the monk things have like under the specific thing, like flurry of blows says after you make an attack on your turn. So if you read the specific thing.
Yeah, the T-Rex.
I know. It just seemed very similar to.
It does, but I think you have key, but I don't know how many. If you get separate key bonuses based on your monk roots, you might have ones that can work more often. I don't know. That's the point I was making,
I think he definitely gets one that he can use as a reaction. I think.
Okay, yeah, so it's worth looking at each one. Basically,
but maybe
they have different conditions.
Catch missiles, I think, is a reaction.
The T-Rex proceeds to eat the Yonti whole.
Nice.
An interesting note that I didn't realize about the game that will affect me quite a bit. Apparently, another creature's space is difficult terrain, whether it's hostile or not.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Huh.
So it takes more actions to go through, is that
Well,
it?
it takes an extra 5 feet of movement.
Yeah. Every square you enter takes basically double movement.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Okay, but I still like having to do, if it's an enemy, I like having to do some sort of athletics contest to see if you can even...
Oh, no, yeah. If you're trying to shove through something of the same thing, but for example, because my halfling lets me move through bigger creature spaces without checking, as the same as moving through something 2 sizes bigger, but it is still difficult terrain, so there are limitations that I didn't realize.
Interesting. Okay, Jax, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna poke my head out, and well, let's see. This Hydra probably doesn't understand. Oh wait, it doesn't need to understand language, does it? Let me just look at vicious mockery again. No, it just has to be able to hear me. I'll lean out and be like, "Ha! You Hydra! You're an idiot!" So it needs to make.
Tell Jax.
It needs to make a whiz save.
Okay, wisdom saving throw against what?
For
It's
against my 15. Okay, it makes it. Nothing happens.
So it makes it. It looks at you with all 4 of its heads in a sort of skeptical manner. Would you like to do something else with your turn?
That's my action. So I guess I will just tell my shield to fly around.
Nice. You've got all kinds of shield AC benefits now. Next up is Caesar. You're on top of a T-Rex in a watery grotto with a Hydra. What would you like to do?
I would like to. So are the T-Rex and the Hydra actually like close to each other?
Yeah, they're within melee range, I would say. Yeah.
They're engaged in mortal combat.
Yeah. So what I want to do is jump from the T-Rex, now that I've helped out a little bit, onto one of the heads of the Hydra.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the aim and the plan is that hopefully I'm going to take the dodge action whilst on top of the head, And if any of these other heads try to attack me, I'm going to dodge out the way so that the head attacks the other head. And
Okay,
it basically
sweet.
starts attacking itself.
I love it. Okay, so give me
Stop hitting
an
yourself. Stop
athletics
hitting yourself.
check to do. I'll just combine all of this movement into this check and sort of holding on. Oh, okay. So with a 13, you get the first part right. You leap heroically off of the T-Rex and aim for one of the heads, but these heads are sort of always moving like snakes writhing around, and you miss and keep falling into the water between Fleeb and Scramble, like belly flop style, and you just land it. You don't get hurt because it's water and it's hilarious, but you just look ridiculous.
As you like get out of the water, I was like, hey dude, sick jump, as I'm still like too mad to really notice.
Like, once we're done with this Hydra, we should go for a swim, because it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, man, cool, but fuck that guy.
So is that just a movement?
Yeah, that was your movement because it was hilarious. Like that was great. Let's keep going.
Oh man, now I'm off the T-Rex, and that's cool. Okay.
I mean, the jump was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just the belly flop like a diver that doesn't really know what they're doing.
That pretty sums up Caesar. I kind of just don't want to jump onto this. I'm just going to hold an action. If it tries to attack me, I'm going to smack it. But also am I going to try and grab hold of it and try and get on it? Yeah. If it tries to hit me, I'm going to try and grapple it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just to grab onto it. I don't mind. It's probably not going to make it grappled or anything. I just want to hold onto it.
Okay, sweet. I mean, it doesn't seem like your grapple has a... Oh, what's the restrictions on your grapple feat? You showed it with us a second ago. Where is it?
When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can take a bonus action to attempt to grapple it.
Yeah, it applies to any creature, so it doesn't have to be any size. You could theoretically grapple it. But that just reduces their movement to 0, but it still be pretty awesome. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a held action to attack it if it attacks you, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Next up is Fleeb. You've seen a heroic jump ending in a belly flop.
I'm wet.
Accurate.
Scorching ray time!
Okay, the 25 hits.
Okay, I need to roll this 3 times. Don't I always forget this one? I have to roll it 3 times because it's 3 different rays.
Yeah, 3 times to 3 different rays.
So first one hits, second one.
Hold on. That misses the second one.
Sorry. For some reason I've got advantage checked. Sorry. And
okay, so just the first one hits. So roll damage.
Roll 2d6.
Nice.
Good.
Okay, so you see
Pathetic damp flame.
you basically see that your scorching ray hit the stump of the head that had just been blighted, and the flames don't seem to do much damage, but they cauterized the wound. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Cool. As the Hydra takes over its turn, you see the movement. There's like a bulging on that cauterized wound, as if more heads were going to grow, but they don't. And so the Hydra is going to move over to you and attack you.
Ooh, opportunity attack.
You know by who? Oh, by the T-Rex, definitely.
T-Rex.
So let's do that. Oh, with a 12, unfortunately, the T-Rex with a human inside of it is losing a bit of his confidence and bites with less conviction. So then...
I love that. Nat 1 is an 11.
Exactly. Sweet. So this is it biting Fleep. So there's 1. So that hits for 13 piercing damage.
Can I...
Shield.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Shield. Actually,
Okay.
no, that makes it 17, which means it still hits, doesn't it?
Yes, it would.
Wait, didn't you mage armor yourself? Oh, do you have a -1 dex?
Oh, no. I have Mage Armor. Yeah, I have Mage Armor, so I have a standard, so I have a base of...
At least 13. 13 plus dex.
13 plus dex. So yeah, I have a standard of 12, which is 12. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I have a...
Wait, what's your dex mod?
My dex mod is...
+2.
Oh, it's +2.
You have
Okay,
an
so I
AC of
have a standard of 15. So yes, sorry, if I cast Shield, and Shield is reaction, Did I need to cast that before you rolled?
No, shield is a special kind. So shield tells you that it happens before the attack that triggers it.
Yeah. You can decide to shield after you know the roll.
Yeah, okay. I cast shield.
Cool. Okay, so
Reactions can happen before or after the triggering event, depending on what they say. So by default, they happen just after, but shield says
It is for some reason Magic the Gathering stack.
Yeah.
For one spell.
Well, it's you need some spells to be able to do that, or else things like counterspell wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool. So basically, you hear the riffling of parchment pages, and a huge parchment-colored shield erects itself around Fleeb, and the Hydra is unable to bite you.
It was in a book.
So then it turns its attention to Caesar and tries to bite Caesar. Does a 17 hit? Yep, I think it does for 8 piercing damage.
Yep.
Cool. Then he's gonna bite you again for 13 piercing damage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then he's gonna bite Scramble for 13 piercing damage.
Oh. Rolling high.
But he does attack me, so that means I get to grapple him, right?
Yes, because that triggers your held action. Go for it. Did you get all that damage, Scramble and Caesar?
Yeah.
Cool. Go for it.
Didn't
Make your...
update it.
So that's a contested
sorry.
athletics check, right? So
Yeah.
you wanted to question the damage maths?
No. I've been keeping track of the damage on the actual token.
Oh, cool.
I've messed it up now. 42. I'll do that afterwards.
We can fix your tokens at some other point so that it's linked properly.
Yeah, it's just that when I actually typed in the number, it didn't save it. Whatever. Contested athletic.
That's it.
I haven't made an opportunity check this turn, have I?
Ooh, okay. You
did,
have
right?
grappled the Hydra. As it reaches down to
No,
bite
did
you
you
the
have a
second
hit one
time,
time? Yeah.
you grab hold of the head and hold fast to it. So that means this creature, the Hydra, has a speed of 0 and can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. If you're incapacitated, obviously, then the thing condition ends. Yeah, so it just makes the speed 0.
Cool.
Sweet.
I was trying to use it as a mechanism to get on its head.
Okay. On your turn,
Presumably,
we'll try and do that.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
No?
Okay,
No.
sweet. Scramble, did you get the damage?
Yep. I'm
Sweet.
good.
It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, okay. Turn around and green flame blade this thing now. I'm just standing and fighting today. I'm not even gonna bother.
Ooh,
Futzing
nice.
around.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. So it won't take the extra 9. That's got nothing to bounce to, but it is still worth rolling that 'cause it's more damage. Also, Caesar was in 5 feet of it, right? 'Cause it's such a huge damn thing.
That is true.
So I'm gonna get that as well.
Nice.
So that's 31 damage. The 9 is not there, but
Sneezer attack.
to get an extra.
Nice.
D8 in there,
Okay, you start to see the Hydras looking.
It's
That's.
got fire damage on it.
It's got some fire damage on it, yeah. It's got I can look at exactly how much fire damage if that
Yeah,
matters.
you also notice another one of the heads comes off as you slice it in twain.
One of those dice is the fire damage,
The
so it's
second one,
6
yeah,
fire
6,
damage, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, is that the end of your turn? Scramble?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stand and
The T-Rex has found more of its courage and it's going to try and bite another one of the heads off. But
Does it have advantage from across if it's attacking diagonally to Fleeb? Is that flanking?
It would be, but it's not an exact diagonal. I'll say. I mean,
And
I
you
think
can't-
it's.
It
He hits,
doesn't matter right now anyway, because the first die was the better one. But
and the commoner probably doesn't know those kind of strategies, given that
Fair
he's
enough,
not a trained hero.
it's just a T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. So that does 24 piercing damage. This thing's looking well screwed up, as is just bleeding wounds on this Hydra everywhere. And you start to notice the Hydra's a bit paunchy, almost as though it was a pet and not a proper wild Hydra. Cool. Next up is the Orvex. Orvex is going to try to do a good old-fashioned little hand crossbow there. Oh, unfortunately, he gets a little anxious. Now that he's not hidden by invisibility, he's exposed to the world, and his bolt goes wide, echoing through this cavern. Next up is Jex.
I'm just gonna lean out and do my thing so the guy can stay a Hydra. I'm gonna try again. Hydra, you didn't hear me last time. You suck, idiot. Whiz save, please.
Okay, let me grab that. Wisdom saving throw. That's a 9. It
Yeah!
fails. So
We get 2 damage.
2 psychic
Hey!
damage.
Wait, let me see. Yep, 2 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Nice. So I'm just gonna put this.
Jex does like a freeze frame jump moment for the victory.
Nice. Cool.
Like the big red cross. I killed the Hydra with that 2 damage.
You see it's 2. Wait, yeah. You see it's three remaining heads just sort of cower, like you told a dog it was a bad dog, and it looks very hurt by the accusation.
Ooh, can I, given that it's cowering, can I just be like, sit?
You can make an animal handling check.
Let's try it. Oh, baby!
Okay. With a 21, it basically goes underneath the water looking very hurt and upset with its situation. And you cannot see it. So that means it's Caesar's turn now.
Where'd it go?
You can make a perception check. Oh yeah, with an 18, you get the sense that it's under the water and...
Wasn't I holding on to it anyway?
Oh yeah, you were. It's grappling. So you basically
You
get
let one of
water
its
with
heads
it.
over the water.
you get dragged underneath the water, and you're currently holding your breath as it's trying to escape from your grasp.
Now I'm holding on to it.
Okay, what do you do with your turn?
well, whilst I'm holding on to it, I'm just from pummeling it.
Okay,
I
pummel away.
To make some underwater melee attacks.
Okay, that hits for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Flurry of blows attack.
Okay, that hits.
Yep. And then I'm going to open hand technique to... I guess I have to try and make it go prone. So it needs to save on a strength saving throw of 15 or more.
Okay.
Oh no,
needs
it's
to-
it's dex, sorry, for prone.
Okay, dex save. It makes 9, so it fails.
So it's prone.
Okay, it's hard to be prone in the water, but it's knocked onto its back.
Another flurry of blows.
That misses, unfortunately, as the holding your breath is starting to distract you.
Yeah, and final, just normal attack.
Oh yes, this one fails too, as you realize you're not you're land fit. You're not swimming fit.
No. I guess at this point I let go of it and start swimming back up.
Okay, you swim back up. Do you do anything else when you get to the water, or is that the end of your turn?
Start making my way towards the shore.
Okay, cool. Next up is Philippe's turn. What does Philippe want to do?
I think I'd put my flaming fingers away a bit. I don't know where it's gone. I don't want to just blast high-level spells
So anyway.
randomly into the water.
Blessed.
I poke my head back down the corridor. I look this way. I look what's down below me.
South of you?
Yeah.
Okay. You see... Okay. There it is. You see a passage leading off towards the east, and then you see the river continue south.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Cool. The Hydra is going to... You don't know, but you notice the water ripples in a bunch of different directions, presumably from it swimming deeper or away, or you're not really sure. And then it is Scrammle's turn.
Hey, it's swimming deeper or away. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we killing this thing?
Well, I feel that. Well, we've got a friend now for a while.
Is that you doing an impression of a T-Rex?
No, that's just Philippe going.
Trying to talk T-Rex.
So, as much as I've used some of my more optimum spells, and I feel we kind of need to use the big lizard.
I get you. Scramble is gonna ding the bell.
Okay. Make animal handling check with advantage.
15.
Okay. With a 15, you see the Hydra comes back up again down here, and it sort of looks, hopefully, over towards the bell.
Let's tame this boy.
Tame it.
That is right in front of Fleep.
Yeah.
Tame it or kill it.
Well, let's shout. I seems to be responding to commands.
I suppose. Yeah, I did have a turn.
Shout roll over.
We don't really need to fight this at this point, do we?
But we might need to at some point.
It's scared of us. It's not gonna fight us again. Well, let's make it scared of us. And they'll think they have an extra weapon against us, and then they'll call it to fight, and it'll run away.
Or we could just remove their extra weapon right now.
Yeah, but then they won't underestimate us.
What you gonna do, Scramble?
Scramble runs up to Fleeb and stabs this Hydra.
Yeah, that's that.
Go for it.
Or
Flame ablaze, sword ablaze.
not the Hydra's fault.
Blaze. Maybe not, but
Fuck it.
18 hit.
That does hit. Roll damage.
Excellent. So that's that one, and Fleeb is within 5 feet, so that's that as well. So 20 damage.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Additional 7. How do I want to do this?
How do you want the Hydra to meet its end?
Oh my word! Scramble comes like sprinting across the fleet, like jumps over the water, like you know that like scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where Jack Sparrow like jumps towards the Kraken's mouth. It's like that, but with the Hydra's heads, and I just like land in the middle of the wall, and it's like rapier just like plunges down through like one of its many necks.
Nice. Okay, as you do that, you notice the creature takes one last writhe of all its heads in discomfort and death and starts sinking to the bottom of this watery grotto. Then a second passes, and you see a very large leather band rises and floats to the surface in front of you. You look at it, and it's got a little brass engraved plate on it that says Scaly. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
No!
Jax, you can't make friends with every fucking monster we meet.
Why do you always kill the beautiful creatures?
Because they're not all beautiful.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.